Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's daily video Devo. Rene here. I am on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, and I am at the beach that is the traditional spot where Jesus Christ reinstated the Apostle Peter. You'll remember that Peter denied Christ not once, not twice, but 3 times when Jesus was being tortured during his trial. And yet Jesus makes a point to recommission Peter on the shores of the very lake where he first commissioned Peter. The story is told in John chapter 21, where very likely on this spot or someplace very close to it, Jesus finds Peter. Peter had gone back to his first job, which was being a fisherman, and he's not doing very well at it. And Jesus stands on the shore of the Sea of Galilee, right here on the shore of this lake somewhere, and he sees the fishing boat out in the distance, and he calls out to Peter and the other guys, "Hey, fellas, caught any fish?" And they yell back, "No." And Jesus says, "Throw the net on the other side of the boat, you'll catch a whole bunch." And they do, and John says to Peter, "It's the Lord." And Peter jumps in the water and swims or wades to shore where Jesus is cooking breakfast for all the disciples. And after breakfast, Jesus asks Peter if he can have a one-on-one conversation with him. And he takes him aside and he says to Peter, "Simon, do you love me?" And I love that he doesn't ask, "Peter, are you sorry?" Or, "Peter, do you promise you'll never deny me again?" He says, "Do you love me?" And Peter answers, "Yes, I love you." And then a second time, Jesus asks, "Do you love me?" Peter says, "Yes, I love you." A third time, "Do you love me?" Peter says, "Yes, I love you." And each time Jesus says, "Then feed my sheep." And I love that he asks that not once, not twice, but 3 times, once for every time Peter denied Christ. Jesus essentially reinstates him. It's like, you denied me 3 times, I'm going to reinstate you, recommission you 3 times. Don't you love that? Sometimes when I fall, I imagine that Jesus is disgusted with me. He's got his hands on his hips or his arms folded, and he's looking at me saying, "Rene, you miserable wretch, I don't know why I ever called you. You disappoint me again and again." But in fact, on the authority of the story that happened somewhere along the shores of this lake, recorded for us in John 21, I can know that Jesus is really saying to me and to you when you fall, "Do you love me?" And if you can answer, "Yes, Lord, I love you. I'm fallible, I'm flawed, but I do love you," then Jesus says to you, then get back in the game. I've got plans for you. Go feed my sheep in the unique way I've equipped you to do that. Once for every time you deny him. That's powerful because that teaches me that Jesus was then and is still now the Lord of grace, the God of the second and third chance. And that's something comforting for you and me because we are fallible humans. If Peter can fall, then anybody can fall. But we need to rest on the reinstating, continual grace of God that empowers us to continue to do ministry, though we are fallible. You think of that. You think of Jesus and your love for him, knowing that's the only qualification he asks before he says, "Well, then get back in the game. Let's get back to work." God bless you. As you think of God's grace to you, I know you're going to have a great day.